Welcome back. Tim, Reedwood Creek Farm. Today I'm going to show you the actual process of air layering. Last week's video talked about kind of an introduction to the concept and cool stuff. Go check it out. But this is the actual teaching you how to do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So let's get to it. I'm returning to my favorite tree, the fig tree. We're going to air layer some today. Here are some of the items I will need. You really only need a blade, some sort of knife, some good moist soil, a piece of plastic to wrap it all together. So I'm going to talk through some of the options that you've got. Among the options, I actually bought these clever, man, if I'd thought about this, could have made some money. All right, this is the expensive method. Cool thing is it's reusable, so I look forward to reusing them. But the concept is these two halves clip on together, and you fill this with dirt, and you will wrap around the tree, and that's where the rooting will happen, inside this bowl. I'm going to do it with this too, cheaper. And last time, as you saw me unwrapping it, I might even reuse this piece of last year's trash. That'd be cool. The cool thing about this, at least in theory, I'll have to test it. In theory, this is a lot simpler than coming up with ways to hold these together versus this. It just clasps on, and then it already has these holes for the branch itself, so it'll be a lot easier. What you're gonna need is dirt. I brought me a big old wagon load. All you need is just a couple of handfuls, okay? You need dirt, you need a blade, and you need some form of plastic. Aloe represents one of several methods to encourage roots to grow. I'm gonna use this. You can also use a mushy banana. You can also use root hormone that you can buy from the store for the roots to grow. Zip ties to keep things in place is not essential. You could use twine or yarn or some kind of tying device, but this is very convenient. And water. This is all you need. Water, dirt, a knife. Step number one, we're going to prepare some dirt in our various plastic contraptions. Alright, so here's my expensive contraption. I'm just going to put some lush brown dark soil. So this is option number one. I'm not trying to show you how fast you can do it, but it's quite simple. All I'm doing is putting dirt in this pod. Eventually they're going to click together to form a ball of dirt. Second option, I take baggy boo, a little lunch bag, a little sandwich bag, fill it pretty full, I guess, because what I'm going to do is cut through it eventually. So I'm going to grab some water and moisten that dirt. Maybe I should moisten it ahead of time, but that's all right. Okay, so that guy's got water. This guy's got water. It's just simple. You can get more complex. Now this guy, a plastic water bottle, you cut it in half, remove the bottom half, and this part you cut through the top and open it up, because my point is to open this up and wrap around the branch. And once this is on the branch, empty like that, that's when I would fill it up with dirt. So these are three different methods of different plastic uses, and you can get creative if you can come up with a fourth, a fifth, a sixth. The concept is the same. All right, so I air layered one branch a couple of days ago. There was a minor inconvenience. It wasn't a mistake, but I will show you so that you can skip this error. So here we have a very nice whip. Remember, you're doing this on woody branches. You're not doing it on new green growth. So I'm air layered right here because in my mind, I'm seeing this beautiful little stem, this becoming a root ball, and then it having this cute little bushy tree with the figs that you can maybe remove in order to make the energy go into the roots and not having to bear fruit. So that would be a good idea. But because I built my little contraption so high, there's more whippy stick further down. So my contraption wanted to slide down. So I had to come up with a little method to pinch it up. Ideally, you would want to do your root ball down low so that it can rest on the original branch below, and that way it has no way of sliding down. See, if I had made this contraption further down, then it would rest down in this area, and I wouldn't have to come up with a way to stabilize it. I'm looking around my fig tree, trying to find a cool branch to show you. Looking at my bought contraption, I look at this hole right here where they meet. There's a hole maybe the size of my finger, so that means I can't find a branch that's bigger than my finger, because I want this hole to pinch over a small enough branch that fits through there. I'm also looking for an upright branch that, just think tree. I'm looking for a mini tree. So for example, this one looks great right here, but the branch is coming curved out. Let's see, I'm gonna test it. I think that would work. I've selected this branch mainly for the camera because it's too dark up in there. So I'm going to ring this tree. It's called ringing the bark. You take your blade, you cut a ring around the bark. It's starting to bleed beautiful white milk. All right, all I did is ring it real shallow. I'm just trying to get past the bark. After I make a ring down, I go up 1 inch from this other one and make another ring. I'm not cutting through it, I'm just ringing the bark. Grab it like a pencil, and I'm gonna put the point right at one of the rings, go down to meet the other. And now we've created a scroll. I'm gonna use my fingernail. A message, look at this, look at this. It just peels right off. All right, here's the rest of it. Peel it off. Boom. All I did is undress the tree in that specific spot. Now, with the back of my blade, or the blade itself, you just stir like this. Okay, and that's just kind of wounded in this area. The main tree is going to continue to feed this branch forever. What I'm doing here is creating a disturbance in the bark, and then I'm going to add my dirt contraption to hug this area and leave it. And this is going to create a root ball. Roots are going to grow within the dirt, and once they've established, then I can prune this branch off and take it away and plant it into a pot. It's the coolest thing. When I discovered that, it's brilliant. You can only do this with woody branches. You take a mushy banana, mushy, I mean pretty mushy, and the glucose in that banana will actually stimulate the root growth. You would peel and maybe wrap the peel on here, or the banana itself, you would smush it on there. Or another great option is an aloe leaf. So I'm gonna cut this and open it up and just smear the gel onto our spot. Get it nice and gooey. All right. That branch is saying thank you for the relief of that dry spot. All right, so we're getting it gooey. Now we're gonna add our dirt to that, but that's gonna get us started nice and moist. Remember our first contraption? All I'm gonna do is line it up and click it into place around that naked spot. All right, I already clicked one side of it, so that all I have to do is pinch right over the naked spot, right down the middle. Oh man, was that easy. Now I'm gonna clip the other side. That was easy, guys. This might be the way to go. And even though these are pricey, well, pricey, $1, it's reusable. Years down the road, I did 18 air layers with this guy. Things to consider is maybe having the black part up. I could spin it. Can I? I think I can. That way the sun doesn't hit the root ball itself and you'll be able to see the roots. But that's if you just want to come visit with it. And there is an opening if you want to spray a little bit of water, but I've done it to where I just set it and forget it. Kind of like some kind of commercial microwave.
I'll set it and forget it. That's it.
Just set it and forget it. First one done. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. Well, you can't see me just yet, but I'm going to sacrifice a wick. Boom. That guy is out of here for a reason. Usually in the dormant season, I would cut these whips out because I want the main trunk to carry the load, and you want to leave room for air and sunshine to get through to this area. Well, these guys are just going to grow up as new shoots into the main tree. I left them this year thinking that I was going to air layer them. Cool idea, because you think, I'm going to get rid of them anyway, I might as well keep them and air layer them. Problem is, I just discovered, is that they're incredibly long. So let's say this guy right here, he goes maybe 8 feet tall, this narrow guy. So I can't really air layer down here and expect it to nourish a new 8-foot tall tree. Anyway, they're kind of in my way, they're competing, and so I'm going back to the smaller branch method, which I've been doing, because it's much easier to start fresh from a small branch. I'm about to cut a green cutting. You clip off the bottom leaves, and this is a green cutting. I'm going to disturb this lower area and put it on my windowsill in the kitchen in water. And it's a much slower method, but it too should grow roots. I just discovered that today, so I'll let you know if it worked out. All I got here is my bag of dirt, my knife, and some zip ties. I'm going to cut right down the middle, just not through, just this upper part. I'm just cutting this bag open. All right, knife down. I'm gonna slice my bag open like this. You don't have to wring it, you have to disturb it. I'm scratching it. You see it's green? Man, this is even easier than wringing. Just disturb the area. Now I take the aloe from before, open it up, smear it real good. All right. I like the banana method. It's just more messy and gooey. Now I take my bag and I'm gonna smear, and then remember, this is at the base of a tree, so my bag is pretty heavy, but it's gonna rest against the nook, the bottom of the branch. Pinch. All right. Oh, what you opening for? Actually, it doesn't matter if it opens because it's upright, so the dirt won't go anywhere, and any kind of little drips of rain will fall in there. Zip tie. You see how this is a little bit more tedious, but completely doable and cheaper than my other methods. So, oh no, don't go anywhere. I told you it was easy. Now you're not gonna wanna do it. Come on, please don't give up, y'all. Maybe it's not Ziploc brand. You gotta get the Ziploc brand. And I'm supposed to make it look easy for people to want to try it. Come on! It's pathetic. It's horrible.
It's a sorry looking tree right there.
Can we give up on this one? Definitely buy the thing. Don't skimp.
This is a commercial for why you need the other thing. Look how bad it is.
The zip tie company is going to say thank you. That doesn't need to be there. That's an ugly mess, but it's hiding under the tree. I finished. Here's a bottle method. A piece of tape would be good. However, I pre-zip tied. I'm just gonna go up and disturb the tree right here. Then I'll drop my bottle back down. The zip ties are already pre-holding the thing shut, so I'm gonna bring you some dirt. I'm gonna add some goo. Squishy, squishy, slimy, slimy. Now I'm gonna add some dirt into my house, rocking it a little bit.
This is how the pros do it.
Yeah. Lauren, you're not allowed to laugh.
This is not your day.
Johnny didn't want to get any tape, so I had to come up with my... Hold on, coming back. I'm coming back. I'm here. I'm here. Nothing to do but to do it.
You're
Add
just
some more.
fertilizing the tree there. It's looking good. Really sharp.
It's the video. It's the pressure. I've done this years with no pressure. It's like singing in the showers. That's fine. But put you on stage. I'm totally on stage. Last year's apple tree. I'm supposed to pull it up after a month or two. I didn't. And left it behind. And it survived. And look at my contraption. About to clip it. Ready? Boom. Look at this. This is a bungee cord, really. A bungee cord wrapped around a plastic bag, and it survived. And it's got roots. And I'm about to transplant this apple tree. Look at that. How cool is that? So putting my apple tree aside for now, I will pot this a little bit later. See, sometimes I pot a tree and just set it aside, and unless I have a need for one, I don't automatically put them to use, but as long as they survive, they're good. So this is one I air layered in the past, but I was looking for the one I air layered on the previous video that was sitting there for over a year. And look, and by the way, that was April 3rd, and now we're May 24th. Still looking beautiful. Little potted plant. So obviously I'm just showing that it survived and that it's a potted fig tree ready to plant in the ground anytime, or you can leave it in here for another year and tend to it like a potted tree. But this is an air layered success right here. So wrapping it all up, was it a flop or a hit? This was awesome. At least putting it together. We'll see how it turns out, but I think this is going to be the new go-to method. But the cool thing is, just grab what you got. Dirt, a knife, Mushy Banana, a cool tree. Go steal your neighbor's tree with her permission or with his permission. I was talking to one of my brothers, and his wife's mother or grandmother had a cool fig tree in her backyard. I said, what's your yard like? He's like, it's full sun. I'm like, you need to take a cutting off of that tree. And I described this method to him. So hopefully he can watch this video. It's like, ain't no do but to do it. So I can do that. Dude, go get yourself a cutting off of that tree. This way, this method, this pod, come by and see me and I'll give you one of these. If not, take a little baggie and find the simplest method that you saw and put it to use and put a new cool fig tree with history behind it, and start your new beginnings out in your new place and convert that 50-something-year-old tree into new life. Do it!